Hi guys, Scotty here with another DBZ Dokkan Battle video for you. In this video, we're going to be looking at how you can complete all the missions for the Dokkan Ultimate Speed Battle that just dropped this weekend for Battle Hour. So I've got two teams for you here. We're going to be running a physical Omega Shenron team first, and the second team, well, you can see the bookmarks below. But basically how this works is this is a three-phase fight against physical Omega Shenron, against Jiren, and then against Goma. And what you need to do is move as quickly as possible. You want to try beat this in as little time as possible. So what we need to do here is run items, run really hard hitting units, be a little bit smart, and above all else be very quick where we can. So for the first team, we're going to need one physical Omega Shenron on each rotation when you come in. You don't want one sitting in the 7th slot ideally. Look, it probably can be done, shouldn't be too much of an issue, but if you're trying to beat that Gepi time, which is I think 6 minutes and 6 seconds or somewhere around there, then you're going to need the perfect setup. So physical Omega Shenron on each rotation so that he can first slot, quickly pop your domain and make sure you've got your animation set to skip on everything as well. That's quite a big one. And one of the main things with physical Omega Shenron is make sure that you have got your big bad bosses up. So don't pair him with someone who doesn't have big bad bosses. Someone like Legic, even in slot 2, Legic does go crazy. He does a huge amount of damage that might make up for it, but probably not. You want to be faster, so try and make sure he's got his big bad bosses up, and that's going to be like Ella into Legion of Shadow Dragons, the STR Goku Black Zamasu, the Texan Shenron. He doesn't unfortunately link with the STR Omega Shenron, but all of those do have big bad bosses. We're trying to turn 1, the first boss, and then get to Jiren here on the second turn. Now, you do have an item. We're going to be running the attack plus 25% for 5 turns Bulma here. There are a couple of other items you can run as well. You could go for a Deborah cookie so that you change a bunch of orbs to physical and you massively boost physical Omega Shenron's damage per orb. Does boost his damage quite a bit, and I think that could go a bit faster. It didn't work super well with my testing, but that's so RNG based. You could do that 100 times to get the perfect setup. I found that the attack plus 25% was just a little more consistent because you're obviously getting that extra damage across the board. Now you see here with Legic in slot 2, we don't get big bad bosses unfortunately, but we wouldn't have had any link skills anyway with physical Omega Shenron being with STR Omega Shenron. Sucks that those two don't link. So Legic was our best answer, and honestly in slot 2 he goes crazy. I mean, I do have him rainbow, so you might not see numbers quite like this, but he does like 4 or 5 supers, and I was seeing 40 to 50 million damage per attack, so that's crazy. He's doing pretty much as physical Omega Shenron with crits, everything. He just takes a little bit longer, but he does have quite a short animation, which is quite nice. Gets us done pretty fast. We want to try and kill Jiren in the second turn if possible. We do it here, pretty sure, and we don't take any damage with the Legic, thanks to STR Omega Shenron doing a huge amount of damage at the end. Yeah, we do finish off in turn 2, and then we just want to go absolutely nuts in turn 3 versus Goma here. Now Goma will put up a domain. Don't worry too much about that because your physical Omega Shenron's domain should completely override that. And what that domain does is if he has the domain up, you're not going to be able to stun him, you can't seal him, and I think it's attack and defense reduction as well. We're not super looking to do that on this team. You can do it with like the Int Legion of Dragons. They can stun, so that might be good. It might just save a bit of time. And I think our time would have been a little bit faster if I'd put them in slot 1 actually, and let them stun, and then we wouldn't have to worry about the super attack, which takes up time, as well as the boss's AoE at the end, which takes up quite a bit of time as well. So just something to consider. Putting a unit that can stun, like Legion of Shadow Dragons there, can actually help and can speed up the whole process because you now don't have any enemy attacks to sit there and wait for. But we're just trying to burn down Goma as fast as possible and kill him hopefully by around turn 4 as quickly as possible when we come around to STR Zamasu and Goku Black. Now once we get to this point, turn 4 here, we see that we've got about half of Goma's half of Goma's health left there. We're going to swap over to STR Zamasu because he's going to do a huge nuke with his active, and then we're going to just let Physical Omega Shenron and Zamasu finish it up. If you can take a little bit of damage from the previous turn where the tech orbs are bombs, and you can get yourself under, I think it's sub 60 that we need to get for STO Zamasu. Might be remembering that percentage incorrectly, but I think it is sub 60% health. If you can get under there, he will do even more damage, but it didn't really matter here. He still did a stupid amount of damage, and yeah, he did a huge amount of damage, finished everything off for us. I think we were just shy of Geppy's time by like maybe 10 seconds or something. So if we'd had a little bit more RNG, if maybe we'd stunned on the previous turn as well, we would have got it. So this team should definitely be able to get that done. I'm going to give it a few more tries, and I'm very confident this team will get that time. So you might just need a little bit of better RNG and try one or two different items. But we'll finish up here quickly and we'll see what our time is. We're very close, if I remember correctly. I think it's either 6 minutes 27 seconds or 6 minutes 17 seconds. That might be the second team. And we get an incredibly long loading screen. Thank you so much. 6 minutes and 47. Okay, so we are about 30 seconds off, and we might need to shave that down with what I was speaking about earlier, the stunning and all. But let's go on to the second team. Okay, so second team has a lot of potential to be incredibly fast, but it is a lot more RNG based. We're going to be relying on getting very good rotation set up right off the bat. We're going to be wanting to have STO Daima Goku 1 in each rotation, and preferably have AGL Gogeta in the second rotation. And we want to kill Physical Omega Shenron boss in the first rotation so that we get to the second rotation and the second boss in the second turn. Using the Lemo item, we change as many orbs as possible. You need about 12 to 13, and then you need to EX Super to pretty much one-shot the boss with Goku. If that doesn't happen, you can still one-turn the boss. You'll just lose a bit of time, but you can see how much time that saves us with Goku there. Now, we have Gogeta here. We have Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku here. We're going to try with the same thing. We don't quite get enough. We get 11, which is a lot of damage, but unfortunately my Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku doesn't ever seem to want to EX Super there, so we don't quite kill him. What you want to have happen here a little bit though is we're trying to get Gogeta to take a little bit of a hit. He needs to get hit so that he can activate that active skill of his when we get to Goma. We can only activate Gogeta's active skill once he's taken a hit, and that would be the next turn. So we want him to take a hit here, so we don't really want to one-shot Jiren here. I don't think we will, even with the EX Super and all, unless we've got an incredible amount of orbs, we might, but we do want him to take a hit, just so that on early turn 4 we can quickly activate that active of his and do a huge amount of damage. So yeah, but we're making really good time here. We are smashing the health down. Gogeta is going crazy, and the main thing, this all comes down to RNG. Do you get enough crits? Do you get enough additionals? Did you get good orb luck on your first and second rotations? Did you get SS4 Daima on first and second rotation? Did you get AGL Gogeta on the second rotation with Daima Goku? So it really is a very RNG heavy team, but I think you could have a guard run where you just pretty much one-shot the first stage, one-turn the next stage, and then you've got time for Goma to just whittle him away and kill him quickly. And we're going to jump to Goma here quickly. So unfortunately we didn't get too lucky. If you got really lucky, you could have Tech Daima Vegeta probably go off if he gets enough EXs with crits. You could probably kill Jiren turn 2, and then you'd have turn 3 now, where you will turn 3 where you would get to do a bit extra damage before you get here turn 4. But we didn't get lucky there, unfortunately, so we had to have a whole another turn, wasting a bit of time to whittle down Jiren. Now we're going to activate Gogeta here. But another thing to note is we activated the active skill of B-Pan first, which is a 33% attack boost. So you do want to do that first, then go AGL Gogeta, and then pop Daima Goku's active. Just remember to put him in the middle slot there. I didn't, but he does have most of his links active. I don't think he gets a ton of links anyway from B-Pan, but better to be safe than sorry. We're also just trying to save a little bit of time here, and now it is pretty much just up to the RNG gods whether we win. We've done as much as we can. We're hopefully going to get some EXs here. We do manage to get a big EX. If you saved your STR orb changing item from the last from the second phase, and rather we used it here. Obviously pop it now, do as much damage as possible with the STR Goku, and then we just let the AGL Gogeta go off as well, and hopefully we manage to finish it in time. Now, reason we also want to get the AGL Gogeta to have his active skill up here and all of that is Goma will launch an AoE at the end of his first turn. He does a super in the beginning in slot 1 and then an AoE at the end, and that AoE is a Ki Blast super, and AGL Gogeta can counter that. And if he's done all his attacks and he's got his active up, he does such a massive counter that he should guarantee you finish off the boss, because it is a huge amount of damage. Then it's a crit, as well as that it's one of those ferocious counters. I'm forgetting it now, but it just means the damage multiplier is very high. You should wipe him out at the end, so you should hopefully only spend one turn on Goma, and then Gogeta can wipe him out for you, and hopefully that's done quickly enough. But yeah, we should see his AoE going off here quickly, and then we'll see we don't really take any damage. These bosses aren't really taking damages, aren't really giving out a lot of damage, but then we get the awesome little counter here for 60 mil, and then we hit damage cap with it, and we're done with Goma. Now I think again we're just shy of that final mission. I'm going to run this a couple more times, and I'll probably post the winning run, but I'm almost certain it's going to be with this team, and just need a little bit of luck. So 6 minutes and 27 seconds, we are getting very close to Geppy's time. But that is all I have for you. I hope you have better luck with your teams as well. If you have any cool teams and any suggestions, please post them in the comments. I'd love to see. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.